Hey guys, this is Music Tech Help Guy. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope everyone's having a great one. Earlier this morning, I released part 5 for my Logic Pro 10201 course, and this afternoon, writing some lyrics and doing some more recording for the scratch vocals. And man, the tuning on the scratch vocals is bad. The high parts are really out of my singing range. Like I said before, it's just a scratch vocal. It's going to end up being replaced with a good studio vocal. But I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of a little Christmas bonus here. So I'm just going to call this, video 5A. It's not a requirement, to work through the course, but I'm going to tune up the vocals with Melodyne. Why not? I typically do this with all of my scratch vocals just because I'm not that great of a singer, and I want the singer that I bring into the studio to be able to follow my melody properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add Melodyne as the first thing in my channel strip, and I will go to Melodyne, and then you can go to Melodyne, the regular version, or ARA, or ARA, as Salamoni calls it. This is Audio Random Access. And what this does is it allows you to pretty much instantaneously import the audio into the Melodyne window. So there's no import, there's no pressing play and playing the whole track back. As soon as you press play, you'll see the notes pop up in the Melodyne window.
Tell me that you see it, can you feel it, can you hear it call your name? It's a broken world alone.
Now, one mistake I see already is it's put this on B major instead of B minor. So let's put this on B minor. And let's just zoom in on this opening low part here. And what I always do is, if there's a note like this where you can see the line is going through it, determining that the note starts down here but ends up here,
You see it.
there's probably that note probably needs to be split, and so you can hover over the top of the note and double click to split that note. Sometimes these are just little scoops. Other times these are just notes that haven't been interpreted properly. Another issue I'll always have is at the end here, you'll see these two notes here. It's one note. So if you hover over the top, double click, you can join that back together.
Tell me that you see it.
I'm going to go ahead and just solo the vocals. There we go.
Tell me that you see it, can you feel it?
So I'm going to drag over all of this, go up to my macro up here, snap to B minor, pull the pitch center all the way up. Let's give that a listen.
Tell me that you see it, can you feel it, can you hear it call your name? It's a broken world.
And certain notes don't need to be tuned at all, like that one. You can just leave alone.
You see it, can
This note I'm going to leave alone as well. There we go.
tell me that you see it, can you feel it?
That sounds a little weird there.
You see it, can you feel it, can you hear it call your name? It's a broken world,
This note, I will pull the pitch correction off of that one too.
broken world, a broken world alone. In world alone.
And then I'm going to split this note here, pull this up. If you hold Option, you can move the notes in fine-tuning increments. Let's give that a shot.
Broken world alone.
Yeah, not perfect, but it'll do for a scratch vocal, and it's a bit more on point now, tuning-wise. Let's go to the pitch modulation tool.
Tell me.
Just pull that down a little bit, like 84, 85%.
Tell me that you see it, can you feel it, can you hear it call your name? It's a broken world alone.
There we go. Then the high part here.
We got kids with no shelter, lies from our leaders, pain from the sky to the sea.
On C here, we can double click.
See.
There we go. Let's try tuning this up. Probably this first note I'm going to leave alone. It's kind of shouted. Let's tune this up to B minor. try that.
We got kids with no shelter, lies from our leaders, pain from the sky.
I think these two notes are up a half step too high.
Kids with no shelter, lies from our leaders.
By the way, the playback is a little bit behind. If you're noticing that, it's behind on my end too.
Kids with no shelter,
like where the playhead is at is it. I'm seeing the note and then I hear the playback a little bit late. That's probably because my processor is overcompensating for the fact that I'm also using a screen capture device.
lies from our leaders, pain from the sky to the sea.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Death with no freedom, hearts with no heroes. Baby, it's just you and me.
Yeah, this note I'm gonna double click and separate this as well.
It's you and me.
Let's try to get all of this and this note too, but I'm gonna leave these two little scoops alone. If you haven't figured it out by now, this is gonna be a really off the cuff sort of unscripted video.
Death with no freedom, hearts with no heroes. Baby,
that's too high. Let's pull that down.
Heroes, baby, it's just you and me.
This sounds a little weird here.
Baby, it's just you and me.
I'm gonna leave this note alone. It almost sounds like it incorrectly. Baby, it's just
Baby, it's just you and me.
Yeah, it almost sounds like it incorrectly placed that note, so I'm just gonna untune it and leave it alone.
Hearts with no heroes, baby, it's just you and me.
This should go you and me. I'm wondering if I should join this together and then resplit it here. Let's try that.
You and me. And you and me.
Still a little weird. Let's try cutting the note here.
You and me. Just you and me.
Still a little weird, but you know what? Again, it's a scratch vocal. I just want the reference to be right.
Just you and me.
There we go. Let's see here. You know what? No, that's correct. Never mind.
You and me.
All right, next phrase.
Please tell me how.
Now this section, the chorus, when we get to the studio recording, we're gonna layer up like probably 6 or 8 backing vocals. It's gonna be sort of like a group vocal sort of sound.
Please tell me how, when all the world is lost.
Split that. Let's try tuning up all of that. Snap to B minor.
When all the world is lost, when all the world is lost, we're losing ground.
That should all tune okay. Let's go B minor. Pull up the pitch center.
We're losing ground.
And when we do the vocal tuning later, we'll do it in flex time or flex pitch. I'm just more comfortable using Melodyne. And Melodyne also tends to work better for like really bad vocals. Like if you're really having to work with a crappy vocal, I find flex pitch works really well with decent vocals. You know, if the source you're putting into it is already pretty decent, it's not hard to tune with it. But you know, a scratch vocal like this where I only did 2 takes, and it's kind of out of my range too. Melodyne's really the way to go.
There's no way out.
Originally, I had planned on using the Logic's built-in pitch corrector plugin.
There's no way out.
Just for the scratch vocals, that is. But it turned out to just not work at all. It sounded worse with it. So that's... And again, if you put a good source into it, it'll sound good. But, you know, my scratch vocals are not a good starting source.
There's no way out.
Whoops, that's supposed to go.
There's no way out.
Oops, B minor, Josh.
There's no way out. There's no way back to salvation.
Like a note like this. I don't know. Let's see.
There's no way back to salvation.
That's the word back is what it is. I know it doesn't line up right, but if I pull this up here, it'll reinterpret its pitch.
There's no way back to salvation.
Yeah, shouts almost never get placed in the right spot. And most of the time, I don't really tune them anyway.
There's no way back to salvation. There's no way back to salvation.
Put a little scoop in here. No.
There's no way back to salvation.
Let's see. Let's tune that up. I really wish there was a key command, a shortcut for this. If anyone knows of a quick shortcut to pull this up, that would be great.
To salvation, we're losing ground.
Woo! Really, really flat. There we go. Let's give that a shot.
We're losing ground.
Cool.
Please tell me how.
Yeah, doing the same thing here. Oh, this last word here. Yeah, sometimes my wild vibrato there will make notes. It'll chop notes up. Let's give that a shot, just like so.
Please tell me how, when all the world is lost.
Let's see how well this does.
When all the world is lost.
My saying with Melodyne is sometimes when you apply the initial tuning, it almost makes the vocal worse initially, but then you go back and you refine it and it makes it sound better.
Lost, we're losing ground.
There we go. That goes for all vocal tuning plugins, not just Melodyne.
It's just a tragedy.
Woo! Really flat there. That's supposed to be on D. Yeah, that's supposed to be D.
It's just a tragedy. You got it all, but you can't break free.
Yeah, that high note, can't break free. Let's tune that up. I think it's on the right note, though. Can't break free. Let's try tuning those up.
Oh, but you can't break free.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
You can't break free. You can't break free. You're losing time when you're wasting lives.
Let's tune all this up. Get rid of that little scoop to note in there. Snap to B minor.
You're losing time when you're losing time when you're wasting lives. You're losing time when you're wasting lives. You're wasting lives.
You're losing time
when you're wasting lives.
I feel like these scoops are making these kind of drift off of where they're supposed to be.
When you're wasting lives, your karma's on the line.
Let's just drag over that. Yeah, again, like I said, it's just kind of an off-the-cuff video. Not super structured or anything.
Karma's on the line.
Yeah, this should probably go down.
Karma's on the line.
Yeah, another perfect example of it sounds worse at first, then you go back and you fine-tune it, and it sounds better.
Karma's on the line. We got kids with no future.
This is like a variation on the first verse.
We got kids with no future, lies from our leaders, pain from the sky of the sea.
Another note that's broken up that doesn't need to be broken up here. Let's just cut it there as well.
Lies from our leaders, pain from the sky of the sea.
Pull that up.
Pain from the sky of the sea.
This note, I don't think it's... Yeah, I'm gonna just leave that note alone.
Pain from the sky of the sea. A world torn asunder with hate for our brothers.
Kind of flat there.
A world torn asunder with hate for our brothers. Baby, it's just you and me.
And the funny thing about my voice is I'm not that great of like a definitely not great pop singer by any means. But like with rock tunes, when I feel like there's a lot of when the song is like really intense, I feel like I just get into it more and I just instantly sing better. I'm definitely a rock singer by trade, not a pop singer, which is why I have someone coming in on this to the track.
Brothers, baby, it's just you and me. It's just you and me.
Some weirdness in there, but it's not.
It's just you and me.
Not intolerable.
It's you and me.
Cool. Now, I'm going to go back to that first phrase because I had pulled down the pitch modulation. I'm going to double click on this and then double click again to set it back to 100%. Because what I typically like to do is after I'm done tuning everything, I will just like select all and then I'll just pull this down a little bit. I'll just pull it down a little bit like in the 80s so it doesn't sound too fake, but it also helps stabilize the pitch wiggle or the pitch vibrato in the notes. So let's give this a listen straight through.
Tell me that you see it. Can you feel it? Can you hear it call your name? It's a broken world alone. We got kids with no shelter, lies from our leaders, pain from the sky to the sea. Death with no freedom, hearts with no heroes. Baby, it's just you and me. Please tell me how, when all the world is lost, we're losing ground. There's no way out. There's no way back to salvation. We're losing ground. Please tell me how, when all the world is lost, we're losing ground. It's just a tragedy. You got it all, but you can't break free. You're losing time when you're wasting lives. Your karma's on the line. We got kids with no future, lies from our leaders, pain from the sky to the sea. A world torn asunder with hate for our brothers. Baby, it's just you and me. Please tell me how, when all the world is lost, we're losing ground.
And I just jumped back to the chorus for a second because that's where the chorus will go. There'll be another chorus here. The transitions are pretty lackluster. There isn't even a crash cymbal or anything to symbolize a new section. But I did change up the beat under the second verse to be the same as the chorus, only because the second verse is going to be really intense and the first verse is going to be more sort of chill and just with that 4 on the floor. So again, this is all just a scratch vocal. It's just a rough outline of the song so that we can focus on synthesis and sampling and getting the arrangement and the instrumental perfect, then bringing the singer in so she has a complete project to sing on top of. So part 6 will be out tomorrow. I'm going to start talking about oscillators and filters and synthesis. I'm going to use the ES2 as just a reference instrument, but synthesis. If you understand synthesis, it applies to any instrument. It doesn't just apply to the ES2. I just find it the easiest to teach in the ES2. So have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, have a great time with your family and your friends. As always, thank you for the support, and thanks for watching.